Hello guys, this is going to be a video, sorry if I'm really loud because I'm really close to the camera, but this is going to be a video about how I decided to place all my tanks in cages and why. And I guess this is also an informational video about how to figure out where you want to place your tanks and stuff in your room or in your house. So, also this is kind of a room tour since I don't show my room very much, even though you see a lot of it. So, that's Stewie's cage in the corner here. It's the door over there in the mirror. But, yeah, that's Stewie's cage in the corner. And I do have some issues with him in the corner sometimes. The fact that my closet drawers smash into the corner of his cage occasionally. But that's pretty simple. I just push his cage back and forth. But, yeah, so that he has to be on the floor because there's no room on the counters. And his tank would not fit. His tank would fit on this one, but this one's took it out. His cage used to be, I have a black thing under my bed, that used to be right in front of there, and it would sit up, and then his cage would be like right there, obviously bigger than that, but right there, and it'd be right in front of that. But I decided not to do that because there'd be hay all around that, and he would start to get on my PlayStation, and it's hard to have him right there when I need that cupboard for fish stuff and turtle stuff, and I need to get the wires, and I like to be able to touch my PlayStation and stuff, I guess. And yeah, so that just worked better. So that's how I figured out how to place him. And another thing about placing your guinea pig cage is you don't want wind draft. Like, they can't have a draft, like, constantly changing temperatures or like a blow of wind constantly on them, because it's not healthy for them, and it can cause death in them, I guess, if that made any sense. So that's his best spot, and you don't want to put him by windows, so that is another reason why he's not up there. So that is why he's right there. That's the best spot. And when he was over here, the reason he was on something was, one, I needed that thing placed for that thing, and because there's a vent right under my floor thing there, if you see that by the paper. But far away across the room, you can't hit him, and that's just the best spot for him, I guess. I don't really use those two drawers right there. I use that top one, that's like a junk drawer, but those two drawers right there don't get used more than like once a year. And now I'll talk about how I placed my fish tank. So my fish tank was more over like right here, like literally in this area before I got Vana, but it had to be slid over because of Vana. But the reason I chose this spot instead of like over there is because that over there is a thinner piece of like, it's not that far from the wall to the end of it compared to over here, and this needed a lot more space. And I like them near the window so they can have light all the time and not leave their lights on. And just always worked. I've had fish basically my whole life, and my fish tank always stays usually over here. I used to have a small fish tank with 2 goldfish that weren't very big, and that weren't going to get very big, and it would be right here all the time. I mean, yeah, so that's just how it happened. Plus, the plug-in is underneath. It's behind that bottom drawer. Like, the bottom drawer comes up, and then the drawer's there. And there's a spot where there's an outlet actually underneath the drawer. And the wires come back behind those drawers, and then underneath that bottom drawer, and they come around, and they plug in to the plug-in under there. So that worked for the fish tank the best, to hide the cords and stuff. So that's how I figured out that. And I wanted them on something where if water leaked or anything, it wouldn't damage. So obviously I wouldn't put them on the floor. But I wouldn't put a fish tank on the floor in general. But yeah, so that worked very well, I think. And then we have Vana's tank. Vana's tank was pretty easy to figure out. I knew where she was going right when I got her. Well, I mean, the day I got her, her tank was actually at the foot of my bed right there. But there was problems between the door. And then I tried underneath there before. Well, the cat litter box was underneath there for a while. And that didn't work because I felt like she didn't get enough light. And it was just ridiculous to be using fake light all the time. And I like her near a window so she can get some real light. So that is why she is right here. So one, she gets light up here, and she's more I can see her better. I don't have to get on the floor, and I like it when people come in my room and actually look at my animals. And the next tank upgrade she gets, it will not obviously be like this because I don't think it's going to fit right here. So, that, I don't know. That's a future decision, but this right now, I want her near the window, and this somehow fit here. I really didn't think this was going to fit, but it did. I mean, I can't fully open this, but I don't really need to. So, yeah. But that is how I figured out how to place her, because that tank wasn't going to fit anywhere else. But she was in a 10-gallon before, just a regular 10-gallon, and that fit right here, too. If you've seen, I don't know if I have an older video of her in that tank, but yeah. So that's how I figured out how to put her tank there. And then, if we come around, I was actually going to go there, but I'm actually going to not go there right now. I have my beta tank, one of my beta tanks, right here on my shelving unit, I guess, best way to describe it. And the reason I put him there is because I have no other room. He was in the bathroom for a while, but I feel like when he's in the bathroom, it's harder for me to remember to feed him when I feed the other ones. Not like remember, but like, yeah, I guess remember. And the lights are always off, so I feel like he doesn't get enough light. See, in here he gets light because my room's lighter. My bathroom doesn't have windows. It has like a window, but it's like a small window, and it's behind the shower, so you can't see it. And I don't know, this was just a better fit for him, and he wasn't in the way on my bathroom countertop. So that's why he's in here and on a shelf. But he's fine where he's at, I think. And if we go over here, which I have another beta who is right there. And the reason I put him there is because, one, he's got a cord on his tank that lights up his tank. It does multicolors. But right now I just have it on the generic color setting. And he got placed there because I had nothing else to place there. And I kind of got betas. One, because I wanted to get some betas. And two, because I had some empty spots in my room. This is going to sound stupid. I had some empty spots in my room that needed something on them. Like, that platform was empty and I had nothing. So, I knew I wanted to get a beta fish to put there. And I couldn't decide between these two beta fish, so I ended up getting two. And I know it sounds weird because they look exactly the same, but it was just, I don't know, I just couldn't decide between them. So I just ended up getting them both. And that sounds kind of stupid. And it sounds like a hoarding issue, but it's not. Because I take care of them and I feel like, yeah, but whatever, I'm not going to get into that. So that's how I decided to place him. And he has his own footlight. And I know I could just put him in the bathroom, but again with the feeding issue, and I can't leave food in the bathroom because then my cats knock it over and stuff and play with it because the bathroom door stays open, not my bedroom. Now, the last tank, Meep. I figured out how to place her. Well, let me restart that. I figured out where I was going to put her tank right away. Pretty much, she started off in the 10-gallon when I first got her, and then to the 20-gallon, and then I got rid of the 20-gallon, and I actually kind of traded somebody. I gave the 20-gallon to somebody as long as, like, so, like, they went with me to buy this tank. And I said, if you pay half for this tank right here, I will give you the 20-gallon that she's currently in. Because they were going to buy, again, a 20-gallon tank, but it was an easy way to save money and get rid of a tank at the same time. Save them money and get rid of a tank for me, so that's what happened. Plus, I didn't want to pay the full price for this tank, which sounds stupid because it was really cheap. So that's how I got this tank, but whenever she was in the other tank, she was here too. And, I put her there because of the window for the same reason. And also because I felt like that was a better placement for her. At the time, I didn't have Fauna, and I didn't want two tanks over here. I kind of wanted that space, not for drawing or anything. I always my whole life in this room, I've always, like, thought about and, like, saved this space here for drawing and stuff, because it's such a nice desk, but to be truthfully honest, I've never used it as a drawing desk. Maybe like once or twice when I was younger. My dad tried to get me to use it for when I did homework and stuff, but truthfully, I just don't. I'll do homework and stuff on my bed or somewhere else, so when I got Fauna, that's why I was like, whatever. It's not like I'm using it anyway. But I did not want to put her over there because I was still in that, like, phase, like, I'm going to use this somehow, some way, and I never do. But I always had this empty space here, and would always have just covered in junk, and my dad would get mad. So I figured if I put her here, that'd be perfect, like solving the perfect problem, I guess, by where would her tank go, and just solving several problems. But that's how I decided hers. And I don't know, it was just a really good fit for her, even though the tank does hang off like half an inch. It doesn't really make a difference just because it's a small bit. But another thing is the wiring, which I know it looks horrible now, and that's just because I've been messing with the wires so much lately. Between that thing, those things, and that thing. Sorry, I just shook the camera so much, but yeah, that is how I'm not even going to say that again. I feel like I repeated that too much. But yeah, that is how I decided to place all my tanks. There's not room for another tank in my room, or a litter box. But yes, there's my little area. Literally, my area consists of this chair, usually is right here, and that chair for sitting things on, and my table. My makeshift table, my makeshift drawers, and my bed. That's my area, and the rest is for the animals, literally, because that cupboard and that cupboard are all animal stuff. Well, the big cupboard right there has like a couple gaming things in it, but the rest is animal stuff. Animal stuff. Most of the stuff under my bed is animal stuff, except for the white drawers there. Obviously, all that is all animal stuff, except those white drawers right there, they have like loom bands and like fuse beads, and then a drawer of miscellaneous stuff. But otherwise, all the other stuff in that whole black thing, that's all animal stuff. And that top drawer is about 75% animal stuff, and that's all animal stuff. And then I have this thing which just holds random objects, and at the bottom I have more animal stuff. And then I have an animal thing over there for the tanks, and I have a few animal things up there, and yeah, probably 75% of my room just consists of animal stuff, literally. But yeah, so that's just how my placing of my room goes, and I have to put those boxes away soon, but I've been kind of slacking on that, dealing with other things, dealing with like Vana and Meep and all the other animals. But yeah, that is how I have decided where everything goes in my room. And that is a small room tour, I guess. In the best way to say that. Okay, thanks for watching.